Is Fortnite's building too hard?
Fortnite became popular because of building. However, with the level the average player has gotten to people who haven't played the game, it is a deterrent to play. This is a major problem as it means less new players, which means less money for Epic, which keeps the game from staying alive. Now, this problem was talked about by Reisshub a year ago, which is where I got the video idea from, so check his video out in the description below, but it's different now. But why is it different? It's only been a year. Well, in the video, Reisshub said that Simple Edit wasn't good for new players as it doesn't close the skill gap at all. So players only get better as it's a setting option, not something that it only helps bad players. The Epic didn't listen to this and decided to create the worst setting to ever be added to a video game ever. Simple build. Now on paper it sounds good, you only need to press 2 different binds for buildings to place. However, the way they have done this is awful. The way Simple Build actually works is that you can place a stair in front of you, and to place a floor you have to look directly up or down. If you want to place a cone, you have to click again after a certain amount of delay with the same bind. So the floor and cone are the same bind, but so is the stair. This means you're going to struggle to control your building in game and place a lot of things you didn't want to do. Now the wall is a separate bind on its own factly, as one bind for every build would just be stupid. If you look downward wanting to place a stair, the stairs will go down, which is fine but isn't worth it. Now many players have said that this setting makes building harder instead of easier and isn't worth switching to for anyone. You can only just do 90s and sway retakes, but everything is gonna feel impossible in this setting. So Simple Edit is a 0 out of 10 setting and should not be used by anyone. So Simple Build is so bad, then why not use Simple Edit? The way Simple Edit works is all you need to do is look somewhere on the wall and press edit, and it will edit that part of the wall and you can reset it, plus it has some delay. Now the upside to Simple Edit is that you can build normally, however editing becomes strange to relearn and get the muscle memory back. However, with the limit to the amount of edits, it's a chore to use as opposed to normal editing. The other problem with Simple Edit is that because of how editing works, crosshair placement is non-existent. Are you seeing a problem with this? If you want to make a good peek, it is almost impossible to do so and quickly shoot the player and then reset the wall. And a lot of edits you are forced into making are awful anyway, and are either 50-50 edits or ones that give your opponent a right hand peek over you. However, it isn't all bad, as the initial satisfaction of just editing really fast can make players want to play the game, which is good for the game. However, some things you can't do, like mortals peaks with a cone, as there's no way to create that opening. Now as someone who is decent in the game, I tried to do some 1v1s with Simple Edit, and I've shown normal editing is far superior. I then went into a free-for-all map against worse players, which I beat comfortably, but I would have been beating them easier without Simple Edit. So in conclusion, Simple Edit is a 4 out of 10 setting. But if both of these settings are bad, then what should Epic do? Just force the player to figure it out? No. There is only one solution, and it should have been in the game from the start. Ladies and gentlemen, I introduce to you the most mind-blowing idea ever. A stroke of genius by myself. An idea that revolutionises the game as we know it. Behold, a tutorial. Now at one point in time I remember a tutorial being made for Fortnite, somewhere around chapter 3 I think. However, I wasn't very good and couldn't find it anywhere online because absolutely nobody cared about it. Essentially the tutorial should have stages for all players that teach them everything they need to build properly for their level. For beginners, 90s, single edits and boxing up should be taught. For intermediate, basic tarps, side jumps, double edits. For advanced, triple edits, retakes, advanced tarping, for example mongrel tunneling and ramp tunneling. Pros, all advanced challenges but harder at a much higher intensity. You can have scores that players need to complete to move on to the next stage of the tutorial and force the players to get through beginner first before they can play public matches. This would also eliminate the need for bots, as every player would be somewhat competent at the game. This would help everyone, as it would create a more competitive experience and let new players come in that will keep the game going for many more years to come. Now, hopefully Epic Games listens, but I doubt they will because I'm a small content creator. However, they will listen to the community, I hope. So, leave your suggestions down for anything which you think that would be better for a tutorial mode. And with that, thank you for watching, like and subscribe. Check out how I train like Mus for 30 days. And also, check out Reishub's video on the same topic in the description below. Goodbye.